hello. Wait a minute. My mic is not plugged up. Oh, and that shifted the camera. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wow. This is what happens when you are live. Okay, come on. There we go. All right, let me see. Okay. Everything's fine? Everything's fine. Okay, but I want this thing scooch over. Let me scooch over closer to the mic. Hello, you guys. Welcome. Look at me. Ready? Look at me being all professional and ready. Okay. Hello, you guys. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. If you are new here, welcome. This is a special bunch here. And I am doing a video. This episode is on Taurus full moon. And I'm going to do horoscopes. I have my tarot cards here. I'm also, if you hear any noise in the background, those are the kids. Today is Veterans Day. Things are shut down and all of a sudden they're really loud. Everyone got really loud, but you probably couldn't hear that because I think the microphone shuts down the background. Anyway, how's everyone? How's your week? This is a weekly live episode. Everything's unedited. You're getting it raw. If you are listening to this via podcast, I wonder how that experience is for you. Anyway, but yes, again, we are going to talk about Kamala. We're going to talk about Trump. We are going to talk about, well, last week I talked about Venus entering Capricorn. That happens today. I am filming this live Monday, November 11th. I won't be talking about that because I discussed that all last week and I did the horoscopes for that. So go check that out. But this week we are talking about the full moon in Taurus. And also I have some aspects here that I want to talk about. Now, what I did forget, because see, the thing is, I wasn't in my normal routine. This is what happens when there is a holiday. I wasn't in my normal routine, and now I forgot to put the visuals up for everything. But let me see. I'm looking for the dates here so you can see the dates. Did I even? Yeah, I did. Okay. I want you to see the dates that we have this week. Just let me tell you what I have on quickly because, you know, I'm a nosy person. I have a shirt. The shirt is by Line by K. It's really pretty. You can't see. It's kind of like, it's like a little crop top kind of situation. My scarf is gorgeous. I don't know if you can really tell how gorgeous it is, but it is by Creed & Croft. And yeah, and I curled my locks for the first time. So there is that. Let me show you the dates. Wait, actually, I have a comment. Hello, Air Energy. Welcome to the live episode. Okay, now let's see what we have here. Hold on. Let me pull the dates up. Okay, so here are this week's dates of the aspects. We have Venus entering Capricorn. That's today. November 12th, Mercury is going to square Saturn. That's tomorrow. You may be feeling that a little bit now. On the 14th, Venus is going to quincunx Mars. On the 15th, we have that full moon in Taurus. I'm going to skip the full moon and save it to the end, just so you know. And then we'll talk about November 16th, which we have Venus squaring the North Node, and we have the Sun opposing Uranus, which is actually part of the full moon. So get ready for all that this week. Normally I do current events. I'm not going to do current events whenever I do the horoscopes and I talk about politics and I talk about the weekly transits. It becomes a little bit too much. So I'll do some current events. I will tie it into astrology tomorrow. I only put an episode on the podcast once a week. Let me know if you want it all. Sometimes I feel like it's overwhelming. So I do have, my focus is on YouTube. YouTube gets it all. Sometimes I put it on social media. You know, all that gets extras. I do have a newsletter though. So that is something that you should definitely sign up for. It is free for you. And that is where you get everything. You get all the episodes. You get the episodes of the current event. And also if YouTube or X or whatever the powers that be that are controlling the way that I am communicating to you, if they decide to boot me off, this is the way that we can stay in touch. So that also helps me out. Also, if you want a free reading, I have one. Click the link in a bio. And if you want to tip me, there is a tip jar down there somewhere, okay? So yeah, so now let's get on to what we have this week. Let me share my screen and actually pull up the chart here. Patient, where is my chart? Chart. Where are you? Let me see. Why is it just showing one part of my chart? Hold up. Wait a minute. 1 second. Nope, that's not the chart. Where's my chart program here? Maybe I have to close the whole thing. Bring the chart up. We're going to have patience because Mercury is in a pre-shadow phase of retrograding. So we will have patience for anything dealing with technology. Okay. That is what we are going to have. All right. I hope everyone can understand that. If you understand Mercury retrograde, then you understand a pre-shadow means that you're feeling a little bit residuals of it. And it's not paying attention to the details. And you can see that clearly happen with the start of this episode. Anyway, here we go. So let's start with today. Venus does enter Capricorn today. Here is Venus. Look at it. It's potent. It's at 0 degrees. That means really having fun at work. Okay. Socializing at work, attracting a lot of things that are very serious, a lot of things that are about long term, being attracted to those old men. Okay. Some of you guys might find that sexy. Okay. But that could be happening. Venus in Capricorn. Capricorn is thinking about long term responsibility, government, traditions, and also it's about socializing, and it's also what you naturally attract, and it's also about money. Venus also represents women. Okay, so Capricorn, long-term focus, responsibility. Venus, where you attract money, women. Okay. Now it's in that sign, and now you may be attracting some long-term finances. Okay, you may be attracting things that are very responsible, or old men coming your way, or things that are long-term. Let me see. My daughter is texting me. Let's see what she has here. She is texting me her Christmas list. She's older. Okay, that is that Venus in Capricorn, thinking long term. Okay, let me think about the time here. Okay, anyway, but that is what we have. Venus in Capricorn is very serious and responsible, and it's at 0 degrees currently right now. So it's going to be very potent in a few days. That just in a day, it will be changing. Okay, yeah, and it'll be just going on the sky. Now, I did a whole video on this. Yeah, this is also too one of the things I thought would tie into Kamala, and I thought we would be focusing on Kamala. Let's see, that will be maybe still be playing out for us, okay? Because we are talking about a woman, we are talking about the government. Let's see what happens with that. Maybe it'll be over. So that could be happening. Okay. So that is what we have on as of today. Now on the 12th, which is tomorrow, on the 12th of November, we have Mercury, and it's going to square Saturn. I feel like, let me take a lot of this stuff off, you guys, so we can see really what's going on here. Okay. Did I take enough off? Okay. Mercury, sorry. Where is my Saturn? Mercury is squaring Saturn in Pisces tomorrow. Mercury moves really fast. So you see it's at 11 degrees and then it skips on to 13 degrees if you see there. But it's going to square Saturn in Pisces. And now when you get this, first of all, it's going to affect all my mutable signs. So my Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, Virgos, this will be hitting you more, are those placements. So like I have a Mars in Gemini. So me trying to achieve things, that might be squaring depending on the degree, how close it is. That might be squaring. Me trying to pursue things might be squaring in how I speak, or how I'm thinking for as long-term commitments. Okay, so now mutable signs, yes, it'll affect you the most. Now, as a collective, there may be some pessimism for you guys. You may be worrying. There's some negative thoughts or limiting thoughts or narrowing perceptions. Maybe you're very cynical, doubts of about your intellect and your capability as trying to process information. Okay, misinterpreting comments and thinking they're negative or being defensive in some way. Dried up sense of humor. Now, Saturn is very cold and it's very, dry, boring. So that could be happening. Prejudice. That could be happening too. Selective perception, selective reporting. Mercury is going to report the information, and now it's being limited in what it's going to say. Okay. Difficulty, especially with this situation, traveling. Okay. detours or delays. Mercury in the sign Sagittarius is all about traveling. Saturn, it may be limiting that stuff or slowing it down in a big way. Limits on being optimistic, especially in the things that you say. You could be saying something and someone is trying to not have you be positive, because Sagittarius is very optimistic and positive and faith-based, and that could be causing a problem there or a challenge in some way. Tensions between the big idea and practical limitations. Saturn is retrograding. If you cannot see, any of these planets that are in red are retrograding, right? And I do want you to know that Mercury is in a pre-shadow phase of retrograding, and Mars is in a pre-shadow phase of retrograding, meaning that they are not stationed in the retrograde. They are not fully retrograding, but you feel some residuals of it. Okay, so you may feel frustrated if your grand ideas are you being optimistic with your communication. Has some people are very skeptical, or there's some practical hurdles in those thought processes and things you're saying. Okay, critical thinking versus intuition. Saturn is in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is about your intuition, and you are using your critical thinking skills with Mercury. Mercury leans more on logic and truth seeking, and now Pisces adds that layer of emotional energy and being. Oh, you see the sunlight? Oh, check the glow. The sun is coming through the windows. I tried to use natural light, and I add my light, and I feel like I look pale. If you look at the thumbnail, I had to add some saturation to that look. Anyway, but yeah, but critical thinking, which are and that intuition, that could be a problem here. Okay, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of negativity, and hard to articulate really being here, being heard, and being just a positive thing could just be very negative. Okay, also reevaluating your beliefs and your goals, because Saturn is about your goals and Sagittarius is about your belief systems. Okay, and a lot of dreaming. Okay, you may have some mental pressure. Maybe there's some delays in plans. There's lessons and patience when you have this square aspect, and there's constructive criticism. However, there's a fine line between constructive criticism and just plain old negativity. I'm trying to battle the sun here. Let me see if I can close this curtain. Hold on. That is a little bit better. Let me see if I can twist this. Why is this not tight? Anyway, okay, yeah. So that is what we have for tomorrow. It is a square. Mercury moves really fast. So, that's going to come and go, you guys, that feeling. Now, on November 14th, we do have Venus, and Venus is here, and it's quincunx Mars at a perfect degree of 3. 3 is about communication, your siblings, day-to-day travel. It's very Gemini energy, duality kind of energy, okay? Now, when you have the female quincunxing the male, there's tensions here. It's something feels quite uncomfortable on the 14th. Love of work, because Venus is in the sign Capricorn, is giving you tensions or making you feel uncomfortable with you trying to achieve something or your drive to achieve something, especially when it comes to your self-expression, and especially with that Leo, right? There's love and anger when you have tensions here. Selfish gratification makes someone kind of uncomfortable, or maybe makes a female uncomfortable. You trying to pursue them could be very uncomfortable energy. There's disharmony when you have this, and there's rough and coarse manners. There's clashes between passion and pragmatism. Hard word for me to say, okay? But Venus in Capricorn, it values structure and commitment and long-term security in relationships. And Mars and Leo is very bold and very passionate and very dramatic and loves attention, right? So when you have that, you have this dynamic, there's a mismatch in how affection and passions are expressed, okay? Tensions between your public image and your personal needs, that could be happening. There could be power struggles within a relationship. Again, because you do have that male and female energy. Venus does represent relationships. Venus in Capricorn represents a very serious relationship, or someone who's responsible, maybe as a woman. And at Mars and Leo is someone who likes to have fun. Okay, can't see eye to eye. Difficulty in aligning your values and actions. Okay, so just adjust your expectations, communicate desires clearly, focus on what shared goals you guys have, and balance your passions with practicality. Now, something that is more for the collective is that Saturn on November 15th is going to go direct, meaning that it's not going to retrograde. Saturn in 12 degrees, that means oh, here we go, endings of some sort, okay, or the fogginess of something. That is a Pisces degree, and it's in the sign Pisces. Saturn going direct means that this border situation, that's going to be more of a thing, and we're going to be more focused on that as it heads direct. And also anything that's kind of blurred with limitations, that's going to be a focus more, being more serious, okay, encouraging the shift from introspection to action. So all these things that were more internal is now going to be more driven to get focused, particularly in areas related to spirituality, creativity, and emotional healing, because that's what that Pisces represents. Real world concerns. That's Saturn. Now there's added compassion, and it's moving forward. Okay, responsibility is Saturn, but now there's creativity added to you being responsible. Now work and structure. That's the planet Saturn. But now you can have some work and you can have some structure, and maybe there's some psychic, intuitive abilities that's going to help you improve your work and your structure. Now, Saturn is also in charge of time and boundaries, and now there could be some emotion involved when it comes to time, like a father of time or someone who's an elder of some sort, and now you have some emotion attached to that. Yes, anyway, all right, setting some boundaries within the immigration, because a lot of people are dealing with that in America and even other countries, because Saturn and Pisces is not just an American thing, but now there's compassion added to this. Now, limitations on escapism. Now, Saturn is going to limit things. Things. Now, Pisces is all about escapism, drugs, trying to not to face the reality, and Saturn wants to make the dreams more of a reality, or make these things that you are escaping towards more reality. You, with Saturn and Pisces, you see a lot of people who are they're not going to drink anymore. They say, I don't drink alcohol. You see that? I don't know if you notice, but a lot of people are saying that. Yeah, but now that could be more of a focus, and people who were escaping, now they're kind of snapping out of that, and they're heading forward. So like the binge watching, any addictions, alcohol, escapism, that is a thing. Now homelessness too, and people who are heavily medicated, and people who are somewhat, you would think, psychotic. Saturn and Pisces also is involved with that. So the government and all this homelessness, Neptune is in Pisces too, so there's a strong connection with that. But when you have Saturn and Pisces, compassion, or the government working with homelessness also is going to be a thing too. That would be more direct, that energy, and focusing on that. Okay, so manifesting your dreams into reality, huge thing. Okay, embracing responsibility when it comes to your spiritual arena or energy. Okay, and healing and emotional maturity, especially that emotional maturity. People need that. A lot of people need that. The collective needs that. Okay, set some clear boundaries, because Saturn doesn't, in Pisces, the boundaries are not that clear. It's kind of foggy. So establish some healthy boundaries when now that it's going direct, and commit to some personal growth. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be interesting. And also we're repeating those things that we left behind, because Saturn was retrograding and now it's moving forward. So steps that you're dealing with that could be a little cloudy is going to move forward. Okay, now on the November 16th, and after I do the weekly transits, then we'll get into the horoscopes and the political stuff. But November, I keep hearing noises. Hunter, is that you? Are you at the door? You want me to open it? Oh, hold on one second. Actually, let me play a commercial. Someone was at the door this whole time. I'll be right back. Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings, just for our elite members only, all for just $4.99 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. Join Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club today and elevate your spiritual path. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was looking at Uranus in the sign Gemini for my community group. They got their heads up on what that's going to look like, and that's going to happen 2025 of July. Yeah, so if you want to join my group, click the link in the bio. Anyway, it's about schools. That's one of the things that I discussed with that, and the kids not being in school. Hence all the disruption and non-routine things happening here. Anyway, okay, so one sibling locked another sibling outside. Not on purpose, but okay. Anyway, so November 16th, we are going to have the sun here, and it's going to oppose Uranus. Okay. Now, this is really tapping into what we can expect for this full moon. Okay. But let's talk about this aspect just alone. Okay. So the sun opposing Uranus here. Does it show? I'm trying to see if it. Okay. Let me see. The sun. Yeah, the sun opposing Uranus here is really going to be, it's in a sign, Uranus is in a sign Taurus. The sun is in the sign Scorpio. Whenever those two signs are operating with each other, I always think about money. Okay. So this could be some money problems, some ego, and some surprises, your drive and you wanting freedom. So you're trying to pursue something, and at the same time, you don't have the freedom to pursue it. This also is manic energy, or a manic energy of a self celebration. Like, everyone look at me, and you're really acting cray cray or having a lot of energy of doing it. A very erratic behavior, excessive urges for independence, inability to cooperate or compromise with others, because it's a very fixated kind of thing too. Both of these signs are fixed signs. Both of these signs are fixed signs. Fixed signs mean stubborn and stubborn. Okay. Uranus also is very like wants to not budge, and the sun is like, it's about me and the ego. So get ready for this kind of thing. Now, this is really going to affect all of my fixed signs. So it's going to affect all my Capricorn, all my Scorpios, all of my Taurus, all of my Aquarius, and all of my not the Virgos, Leos. Okay. Going to affect you guys a lot. Okay. Now, and that full moon too is also going to affect you guys. Okay. So clashes between your passion and did I say this already? I feel like I said this. Oh no, yes. I said I moved up in my notes, but unpredictable changes. Sorry, unpredictable changes. Okay. Uranus retrograding in the sign Taurus shakes up the stable, the material, your money, okay, the coin, your stocks. If you are doing anything with stocks, don't do it this week, okay? Tensions between control and freedom, breakthroughs in self identity, financial and material disruptions, and emotional intensity meets unexpected insights, okay? So embrace some change, stay grounded, reevaluate your values, be open for any innovation, and also you have to be flexible. And this is the energy that doesn't want to be flexible, okay? That happens on the 15th. Also, that is the same day as the full moon, but we're going to finish and we're going to talk about some other stuff first. We're going to talk about the next day, actually, which is November 16th. On November 16th, which is also the same day of this aspect, but on November 16th, we have that Venus is going to square the North Node here in Aries. And okay, so when Venus squares your North Node, this is all about the North Node is what you're trying to pursue in this lifetime, okay? And it's also squaring the South Node. So what you're pursuing in this lifetime and what you're supposed to release, okay? Even within Aries is about yourself, releasing some past things that are not bringing harmony or balance in your life, or that's not fair, or maybe a relationships of some sort, right? Tensions between stability and independence, reevaluating your relationships and what you value. Challenges in aligning your personal desires with your life purpose. The North Node and the South Node is how you are pursuing things within this lifetime, your life purpose. What are you meant to do? Okay. And financial and professional tensions and karmic relationship lessons. Now, the North Node also, when you're not focusing and doing what you're supposed to do, the eclipse will come in and make sure you are back aligned. Okay. I find that when I was looking at P. Diddy's chart and all the craziness he was having, there was a lot of eclipse happening for him, and he wasn't doing what he was meant to do in this lifetime. So he was acting a fool. Okay. Let me see. What is this? Hunter, did Cash call me because of you? Okay. Anyway, yeah, just know that there could be some relationship tensions with you trying to pursue your life dreams or things that you weren't trying to pursue. That Venus is limiting you on things you're trying to achieve, and it's something new or something about the self. Okay, the career versus your personal growth. There's some value shifts happening here, and it could be causing some tension with you trying to achieve your karmic lesson or your purpose in life. Okay, and some financial challenges that could also be an issues here. Okay, yeah, so now let's talk about this full moon in Taurus. We'll bring it, I'm actually going to bring up the actual chart here. We are going to bring it up here. Okay, so this is the full moon. If you see here, this is interesting. We don't get this all the time. Some of you guys who are into astrology, you see it's at 24 degrees exactly. These things here are at 0. Okay, actually, let me take some things off so we won't have confusions here. Yeah. We'll take everything off that's not really related. Okay, so here is the chart of the full moon. Okay, and with the full moon, first of all, anytime we have a full moon in November, it's known as the ancestor moon, it's known as the dark moon, and it's a full moon of vision, memory, and your dreams, or the world of dreams. The full moon is going to happen at 4:28 p.m. If you are into any full moon rituals, which I will talk about in my community group, do them the day before. Do not do them the day of. Okay. Yes. Now, if you're in LA, okay, because I live in Los Angeles, okay, the full moon is going to happen at 1:28 p.m. Now, the Sabian symbol for the full moon is exactly at 24 degrees. Okay, 24 degrees is also a Pisces degree. I'll get into that a little bit later, but let's read what the Sabian symbol is for this. And the Sabian symbol is a mountain Indian with scalp locks. That is the Sabian symbol, and there's meaning behind that. The key word is command, the conqueror, clever, accomplishments, pride in the ability to gain a superior position or authority over others, primitive need to conquer and rule, self-mastery. Stay calm and exercise self-discipline. Guard against losing your temper, being too controlling, avoid power struggles, dominion, leadership, master, skill, achievement, aggression, and headhunting. Now, when I read the Sabian symbols, did anyone think what I was thinking? Anyone thinking what I was thinking? Because I was thinking, oh crap, Donald Trump and Kamala. Okay. I've said this before in my astrology after the election discussion. And I was basically saying that I think that the full moon is going to affect, again, I know that Kamala already won. I know what's being said. However, this full moon, the Sabian symbol, is talking about the conqueror and power and authority over others. Okay, so this is very interesting. As I take another sip of water, hold on. We'll get into that a little bit later because I am going to talk about Kamala. Now, when we have this is also 24 degrees. 24 degrees besides the Sabian symbol. So the Sabian symbol is about dominion, leadership, master, skill achievement, aggression, and headhunting. I want you to understand, don't be controlling and don't avoid any power struggles. Okay, just stay calm and exercise self-discipline. That is you singular while you're dealing with this full moon. Now 24 degrees is a Pisces degrees. Okay, moon in at 24 degrees is very emotional and it's very intuitive. You're talking about your dreams, you're talking about compassion, insecurity, fear, and occasionally, not occasionally, you're talking about moodiness too. Okay, but there's spiritual and mystical aspects with this, and there's creativity, imagination, compassion, empathy, illusion, and fogginess. Okay, this also could be isolation and being alone, solitude and loneliness. Okay, in a good way or just like lonely in a bad way. Okay, 24 degrees also is an ending degree, ending of some sort, like the end, cut off. So that makes me think of the Trump thing. Ooh, look, the sun's going away. I think it's better lighting. My screen makes me look so good. I'm going to rewatch this video. I have to clear the mess here. Don't look at that. I want to throw a blanket over it. Oh, maybe that's a good idea. This is actually just a side note. Look how easy I got distracted. But these are all my like tools for all of my stuff that I do here. It probably needs to be behind the camera. Anyway, yeah, I'll work on that. Anyway, but yes. Yeah, so that's the 24 degrees with this full moon in Taurus. Okay. Taurus is all about our resources and what we value. I want you to be aware of that. So, what do you value? Do you value America? Do you value abortions? Do you value Donald Trump? This is what I'm saying. Okay. So, there is that. Now, individually, we'll get into the horoscopes, but as a collective, this is what I'm talking about. Now, this moon in 24 degrees, this is also represented, this moon, this full moon in November is associated with the death card in tarot, and that's all about renewal and rebirth and transformation. So there may be some emotional transformative energy happening, or a rebirth of some sort, a rebirth of a president, okay, or a change or a transformation in power of a president, okay. But that is what you have with the November full moon. The November full moon is also a time of rest. It's also a time of dreaming. You see 24 degrees, that's Pisces, that's all about your dreams. And November full moon is also about your dreams. So if you have a dream during this full moon, which is very possible, write it down. It's very imperative because it's going to relate to something. It's also about claiming your space and making it sacred. It's a good time to listen and stop. Refrain from being active, but to remain connected to your inner self. Relax, daydream, focus on what you need to release. It's a huge full moon. A lot of full moons are the climax. It makes things very emotional, and it's about releasing. And this one is a good one about forgiveness. Okay, so forgive yourself and others, and balance your material desires, especially when you're dealing with that Taurus and Scorpio energy, with some emotional depth. Okay, depth. Now, key things with the Taurus full moon: stability, security. Taurus is an earth sign. It emphasizes the importance of being grounded and establishing a solid foundation in various aspects of your life or what you seem valuable. Yeah, and that's always, to me, a lot of people, money and resources. Okay, sensuality and pleasures is also a huge emotional aspect with this Taurus energy. It's a period to invite you to indulge in some pleasures and relaxing when you have that November move. And transformation, the full moon opposition to the sun in Scorpio. Scorpio is bringing transformation, and it highlights the need of personal growth and a release of outdated patterns. Now let's talk about the aspects. So I'm going to bring the chart back up here, and we are going to talk about all these planets that are sitting here that's going to affect this full moon. Okay, and the first aspect, which is the big one, is that this full moon is sitting here conjunct to Uranus. Uranus is the planet of expect the unexpected, and a lot of surprises. Okay, Uranus also can embody the energy of Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Okay, so a lot of communication and technology, electricity, things that are very, very fast, okay, is what Uranus embodies. Also the sky, the air, far as like airplanes and science and space, okay? Things that are very out of box and very different, okay? So expect the unexpected emotional revelations. You might experience sudden clarity about your emotional patterns or relationships or what you personally value. Shifts in stability and security. Taurus does rule that financial issue, okay? And resources and your physical comfort. So there may be a huge shift or a big change that's happening with Uranus is involved. There's breakthroughs with your self-worth. Taurus is about the self-worth. It governs your personal values, and Uranus encourages you to break free from any outdated beliefs that you had with this. Okay, embrace this change in the face of resistance. Now, I do want you to understand that when you're dealing with the lunar cycles, this is just one phase. Okay, this is a climax. So once it hits that climax, whatever you were working on during that new moon, the climax is happening here from that new moon, and then it will end. Okay, the moon moves very fast. Bigger issues with the moon are eclipse, but the full moon, it does move fast, but it can cause a huge shift that could be happening emotionally when it comes to something that you're very comfortable with. Okay, innovative solutions can happen with this, and also facing some type of resistance, and you don't want to change. Okay, now Neptune is involved with this, and Neptune is sextile in the sign of Pisces, is retrograding, and Neptune is also sextile this full moon too. And that's very positive for the most part. Besides that, Uranus conjunct that full moon could be positive and negative, but whatever it is going to be strong. So that's going to be the strong dynamic adding to it. So basically, you're going to have a change of some sort, or something that's very out of the box, or something that's dealing with freedom, and emotions are heavily involved with that. Okay, so that's what you get with that. With this sextile, the Neptune and sextile is that now there is spirituality, or there's compassion, or there is some very untangible, like this intuition and kind of emotional feeling involved, not just with your emotions, because all of it is very emotional, but now there is heightened intuition added to it, but compassion and emotional healing, enhanced dream work. This is going to be a huge full moon dealing with dreams. If you are daydreaming or you are dreaming at night, take heed, like really pay attention to what your dreams are. If there is something and you feel like, why is my intuition telling me this? That full moon is really pushing you, and you need to work with that energy. When you're dealing with any planets that are sextile, that basically means like God is putting it here, but are you going to work? Okay, so like God has given you a broom and a dustpan, but are you going to sweep? It's just not going to sweep itself. Okay, He's not giving you that iRobot that you just press a button and it does. No, you actually have to sweep, dust, and put it in the trash and then take the trash out. Like that is what it is. But he has given you the tools to do it. And that's basically what this is. So I am part of the tool telling you that dreams are going to be heavily involved with this full moon, your emotions and your intuition. And you need to tap into that when you're dealing with this emotional. If you feel like, this is getting emotional here, and this is causing a conflict, and I need to change, your intuition is telling you need to change, you need to embody that change. If you are being restrictive and not changing, then and you're not tapping into that intuition, none of this is going to work for you. Another great part of this is that this full moon is trining Pluto. When it's trining Pluto, the transformation is even bigger. Okay, so you're talking about empowered emotional transformation, material and financial growth. Okay, there is a transformation happening in a very positive and powerful way. Okay, building strong foundations, letting go of control in a healthy way, and renewing your sense of purpose. Now, when you have this planet, this is a tiny planet, but it impacts us so big. This planet is dealing with things that are taboo. This planet is dealing with the underground world, things that you want to put down in that skeleton closet, but no, it wants to be released. Okay, this transformation is nothing but positive, and it's also dealing with healing. It's very cathartic. It's also about psychological healing, not just like a physical healing, but psychological healing. Is dealing with those dark secrets that you want to bury, but God's saying bringing it to light, and it is going to rebuild this powerful structure and foundation. All this is connected to the emotions here, okay? To that internal energy. And it's expect the unexpected that doesn't want to change, but the change is very positive. So if there's any type of transformation happening with you with this full moon, embrace it. You need to be like, okay, God is at work here, because that's basically what this means. Okay. Now let's talk about Ceres. And Ceres is an asteroid that's representing nurturing aspects. It's very caregiving. It's about the cycles of life. It's parenting and family dynamics. It's food. It's nourishment. And also could be dealing with grief and loss and environmental awareness and connection to nature. This is also affecting this full moon. Okay, and also in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is about the land, and Taurus is also, if you know any Taurus energy people, they are very nurturing, not nurturing, but caregivers, and very protective of their family. So this added dynamic here is also very positive because it's a trine. So God is just already putting this in our lap with the big change, that's unexpected change, with the added aspect of use your spiritual intuitive psychic abilities, because we all have them. Okay, when you have Ceres in the sign Capricorn, it highlights the themes of nurturing, security, and practical care, and it's adding a disciplined, goal orientated approach to it. So like tough love, focus on long-term security, or boundaries in when you're caregiving or when you're taking care of someone. Okay, so now that you have this full moon added to it with Ceres, now you're talking about practical and nourishing support. You're balancing your emotional and physical needs. You're sustaining some self-care. You're nurturing and through stability, and you're adding abundance through some effort. Okay, major key themes here with this full moon is transformation, flexibility, expect the unexpected, use your dreams, follow your intuition. Okay, follow that gut, which is really the emotional, psychic, intuitive ability that God has given us. There's breakthroughs, there's innovations, there's emotional clarity, and also when I get into the horoscopes, you can know where that is within your life. Now the negative parts is that if you don't follow these things, there's instability, there's unexpected disruptions and emotional challenges because you are so fixed and so stubborn and refuse to change. Get ready for that. Okay, now let's talk about our politics, shall we? I'm actually, you know what? No, let's do Kamala first. Okay, we're going to do Miss Kamala Harris first. And I want to talk about the full moon with her. I think I actually have to show everything here. I don't think it's going to affect her ascendant and descendant, but we'll just bring this up here. Okay. So now, if you haven't heard, okay, I said that Kamala will win. All right. I still stand on that. We'll see if she is going to be president when the election. I wouldn't say that. I know I can't say that because that's not the case. However, being president, this may be still a thing. Okay. Now, I want to explain this full moon. Anytime you have a full moon in any of your houses, it's going to illuminate the house. So here's the moon. It is bouncing off of the sun. And you know, when you see a full moon, it's very bright. And now it's in its 12th house. That's supposed to be, if you didn't know about astrology, it's not supposed to be bright, but the full moon in the 12th house is going to highlight some hidden aspects, things that we are like, whoa, what's going on here? Now, Taurus influences is going to bring the material, security, self-worth, or the comfort aspects, which I've discussed earlier. So it might reveal what we truly value, or maybe what she truly values after this loss. Okay. Maybe her self-worth. This could be happening. Maybe we won't see this. Okay. But maybe she now feels like she has some self-worth here and it's very unexpected, or maybe the internet, because Uranus does represent the internet here. Maybe that can happen. Okay. It might reveal her true value. Full moon is conjunct her Jupiter. Okay. This is why this is really big for Kamala. And this is why I explained this earlier. 24 degrees, 24 degrees. Look at that degree. Can you zoom in on there? I don't know. You can zoom in on my iPad. I can always zoom in on YouTube, but this is also 0 degrees. This full moon is going to hit her bigger than Trump. Okay. Very expected, unexpected with this full moon, and it's conjunct her Jupiter. It's going to be big. Jupiter is very expansive. Jupiter is a very positive. Yeah, so even like her losing, it was her losing in a big way, because the 12th house just represents the insecurities and loss of something. But now we have the full moon and emotions are here. So maybe we'll see it even more. Who knows? Maybe they're really going to put the stamp on it, and I have to eat my words and say, well, you know what? She did lose. But I do know that November 15th, the full moon is going to hit Kamala in a huge way. Okay. Now I'm hoping that we'll see it, because this is in a 12th house and the full moon usually lights that up. So I'm hoping that we'll see it. But anything dealing with the 12th house, for the most part, we may not see it. Okay. But this could be hidden opportunities for abundance. Maybe her losing, now they're like, hey, we got a surprise, we want you to be this. That could be happening, or we're going to give you money here, or this is a huge ending, or releasing what no longer serves her. That could be happening. Maybe there could be some spiritual or emotional growth aspect happening here. Maybe she's embracing her being solo, like, you know what, forget Biden, or forget a husband, or forget running with the Democrats. That could be happening because it embraces solitude. Remember, I said that about Pisces energy. So Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Remember, sudden upheaval, sudden change, unpredictable change, unexpected shifts. This could also change the outcome. Okay, that could be happening. Surprising reversals, new alliances, unforeseen public support. That could be happening. This changes may come from hidden or behind the scene kind of people influences. That could be happening. I want you to understand that Trump has Venus in his house, and he gets a lot of support. Venus represents your support, and that's in the 12th house. But for some reason, we see a lot of it. So this could be really big, more than ever. Or maybe there's some hidden opportunities that could come to surface, potentially altering the trajectory of who is going to be president. Jupiter retrograde can bring unexpected support or blessings from spiritual or charitable, or maybe some private channels that we cannot see. Now, Venus is in the sign Capricorn, that's sitting here on the asteroid that I was talking about, which is also sitting trining this asteroid. Okay. So a lot of support for us, the nurturing, you know, her being Mama Kamala. This could be a thing here too, because even though she's not a mom, so I don't understand a Mama Kamala. It's just something about her being a female. Does she act like a mom? I don't know if I see enough interviews, but there still could be some transformation here connected to all this energy in the form of a caregiver of some sort, because I know they call her Mama Mala or something like that. Yeah, so that's happening here, but she's getting support here during this November 15th far as nurturing. And then here, transformation, emotional transformation, sudden change in a big way for her. The moon could represent the mom of some sort too. That is also, and I don't want to say like her mom is passing because it's the end of something, and that could be really big, but there's something huge here for her, and huge because we're dealing with Jupiter and it's very, very direct. Okay. And remember what I said about the Sabian symbol at 24 degrees: conquer, empower, dominion. And maybe this is the ending of it because it is in this 12-degree Pisces, 12th house aspect here. Okay. Now, Ceres in Capricorn, on top of that, Pluto is trining this Jupiter as well. So this is still like very positive as far as transformation of power and her being a mom of some sort or the nurturer of some sort. And then Pluto is going to go in a sign Aquarius. And this is all about publication in that 9th house, worldly, big energy to go on, to about to go on stage. You know, it's not on stage yet, but still very positive for her. Very interesting for someone who just lost running for president, that this is a very positive chart reading for her. So it makes me very confused in that department. Now, if I look at Neptune, where is the Neptune in the sky? Did I take that out? It's sextile. Yeah. And this is also sextile. Like if she really works when it comes to her career and her public image, that's even positive for her, but she will have to do the work. So let's see. Now that is what I have for Kamala. Actually, let me pull a card and let's see what we have for her. We're going to pull a tarot card. I hate shuffling cards. I don't hate it. I just try my best not to do reversals. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for Kamala in regards to this full moon? How will this full moon affect Miss Kamala? She's sitting very high. She's got the world at her fingertips. This is someone who's about to prepare. This is not someone who is growing of some sort. This is someone who's preparing. There's fire, there's passion, there's drive. She is being her true self, and she has the world at her fingertips. This is always someone who is seeing. It's almost like she can see where she's going, as if like, you know, it's secretive and it's hidden behind closed doors, but she knows the path that she's going to. It's not negative, it's positive, but we may not see it, but she can definitely see it, and she has the world at her fingertips. Oh, let me see. Someone who's sitting at higher ground. If you see they're at the top and they're looking down at the bottom of the land, this is someone who's gathering information. Also, when you have brooms, that's a fire energy. So they're very driven, very courageous, very bold, very passionate. This is not someone who's just sitting behind the scenes, but this could be energy that's behind the scenes, if that makes sense. She knows what it is. We may not know, but it's powerful energy. It's a great card. Okay. It doesn't really tell me though if she is going to be president, but it is someone who is like, yeah, I know my power, that kind of energy. I'm doing my research for this. That is what you get with that card. Okay. Now let's do Donald Trump and let's bring back the astrology and let's see how this full moon, not as exciting as Kamala. Let's be very clear. I am not a blood or a crip. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I actually voted why can't for the Green Party, Joe Stein. Okay. Yes. So I don't sway either way. I've been an independent voter for a very, very long time, very young as an independent voter. And I just sway that way. It seems more relatable to you. Okay. So that gets into my personal. I just want you to understand that as an astrologer, I am looking at this through an astrology lens. I'm not looking at this from Danyell Mahoney, who is a female mom. You know, I'm looking at this just as an astrologer, strictly. Okay. So now we are looking at Trump, and I'm just analyzing a chart. Okay, now with Trump, and it's interesting, just a little another tidbit is that I have a Mars and Venus in Gemini. So I am more attracted to a Trump energy. Trump is a Gemini. Kamala is a Gemini rising. So when if I would have first met her, I would have been like, oh, she seems cool. And after I got to know her, I probably wouldn't have been that interested in her because she doesn't have as much Gemini placements. Where if you look at Trump and his chart, he is a major Gemini. And that's why when I first heard him speak, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to hear all his speeches because I have a Mars in Gemini. So he gets me. He has a sun in Gemini, expect the unexpected. When he is speaking, that is conjunct his Gemini. Now, if we look at this full moon is happening in his 10th house. This is all about his career. So there's something very highly emotional and something very unexpected in regards to his public stance and his career. It's not hitting anything too direct, other than that it is sextile his Saturn of seriousness and his support. So Donald Trump will probably do the work to get these added benefits here. One thing that it is squaring is his Mars and Leo in that first house, and that to me is bigger because this energy we may not see. Again, this is 12th house energy, and this is what I was talking about with Kamala. Even though Trump has Venus in his 12th house, which represents support, he's getting a lot of support, and this also is the bigger planet of Venus, which is a lot of support. So you see the support, and there's some behind the scenes support that he's getting as well that could be restrictive of some sort. Also, okay, I was about to get into the women. This could represent some secret relationships that are very limiting here. Yeah, anyway, okay. Now, but just a side bit, which was really frustrating. I was watching Candace Owens, and yes, I said I was watching Candace Owens, and she was talking about Obama's birth chart, and that it could be very much not real. And that is really frustrating as an astrologer. So I'm hoping when Pluto enters Aquarius, and I did a whole video on that, and that's coming up very soon. Pluto going direct in Aquarius. But if you look at this video that it's called Capricorn, Pluto's last stance in Capricorn, the whole beginning is a 2-hour video, and it's really a video that I set up more for like a webinar kind of thing, and I wanted to put it out there for you guys, for you to comprehend things, because I love teaching astrology. I love teaching what I know. And anyway, but the first hour of that is talking about Pluto and Aquarius. So it really talks about the predictions of what we are to look for in when Pluto enters Aquarius, and it's going to stay in Aquarius, and it's going to stay there for like 19 years. Anyway, but with that said, I'm thinking when Pluto enters Aquarius, astrology, that's going to play a bigger part far as the transformation of power of things. Anyway, and I that's my first time, I think, saying that. But yeah, back to what, so that was talking about the birth chart of Obama. And okay, now back to Trump. Now, when you have this full moon here and it's squaring his Mars in that first house, this is something that we will definitely see. Okay. Now, when you have the first house, you're talking about himself. Anyone dealing with the first house, you're really talking about yourself. Okay. So you're talking about emotional intensity versus his personal drive and how he tries to achieve things and be successful in things. Conflict between his inner stability and outward action. Challenges in leadership for sure. Okay. Especially with that public persona in a public world, right? Because this full moon is in the house of his public persona, and it's not working with his Mars that is in his first house of how he is trying to drive and pursue things. Mars in the first house suggests a very strong, confident person. However, when you have that full moon added to it, it can bring emotional vulnerabilities or challenges to the public image, particularly around leadership or visibility. He could be very impulsive with his reactions, balancing personal ambitions and emotional needs, career versus his personal life. Now, that's the negative. Now, the positive is that it is working with Pluto and Ceres, and Pluto is sitting in this house of work, his day-to-day routines, or maybe even his health. I thought he would have some health issues, and when Pluto goes direct, then it will be more about the open enemy. But right now, this is the emotions is working very great when it comes to his health. So maybe he has some unexpected news in regards to his health that's going to really work out for him in a nurturing and family dynamic kind of way. That could be working really well for him. Other than that, I find that this energy here, we would definitely see. This one, we haven't seen any type of transformation or something that he needed far as his health, but there could have been a huge change far as like his day-to-day work or his day-to-day routine or how he organizes things. That could be possibly changing for him. But it's going to go direct. Not direct. It's going to enter Aquarius soon next week. So that would change for him. And I was shocked that we didn't hear any type of health problems with him. Now, if I pull a card for him, just to clarify, there is something that is going to be affecting emotionally his drive, and it could be something very unexpected. So let's see what we have for him. Now, will this affect him far as presidency? And it says he is looking very negative. He's looking at what he's lost instead of what he has. Also, this is the card of loss and grief. This is a card of loss and grief. So let's see what we have for this full moon happening in the sign Taurus. It might affect Kamala and Trump bigger than ever. And this is going to be around November 15th. I do want you to understand that full moons have been affecting Kamala in a very positive way. The full moon, I think it was a full moon in Pisces, is when Biden said, I am going to drop out of the race and I nominate Kamala to take my place. That happened during a full moon. The full moon, the first day of the DNC, of the Democratic National Convention, was during a full moon in Aquarius. And now we have this full moon in Taurus. And this might be a big thing for Kamala as well. So let's just see. So now we are going to do the horoscopes. Yeah. Wrong one. Now we are going to do the horoscopes. And I do want you guys to check your sun, moon, and rising. Why do you check all three? Now, if you don't have your time, I would suggest you to really work on your time, okay? There's ways of doing that. I'm like, wait, let me see. Let me do a crow check. The crows are falling. Look at, we have a lot that went rogue, but it's okay. We like that. We like when they do their own thing. Now, I do want you to understand why you need to check your sun, moon, and rising. And if you don't know your birth time, why is it imperative for you to know your birth time? If you really want to know about yourself and you really want to understand why you are the way, or why do you think this way, why do you do these things, why do you halt in some way? When people try to tell you something, you can't quite hear it. When you hear it through astrology, you're more aware and you're more open to really learning and loving yourself. Okay. So there is that. Now, the other aspect is if you can't do that, if you're like, well, I've been adopted, or I had some issues when I was born. I'm born from another country. All those things. There are astrologers who do help you with your birth time, and you can do a lot of research. I need to start putting them down below for you guys so you can know. Look out for that. Okay. Now, then also, but now if you do know your time, okay, do check your sun, moon, and rising. You can use the app. It's not hard to find your sun, moon, and rising. Okay. Now, if you check your rising, it's going to be more accurate. If you check your sun, it's going to discuss what you're achieving, what you physically are trying to achieve, because the sun is very outward energy. And if you check your moon, it's very emotional, especially during the full moon. Let's talk about the emotions. Okay. So first, and before I even start with my Aries, let me drink some water. I spilled it all over me. Okay, hold on. I don't drink out of my Stanley anymore. I probably need to get another Stanley, you guys. Hold on, let me get a microfiber. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so Aries, let's talk about I'm going to pull some cards for you guys. I actually should have did it for the collective first. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me pull some cards for the collective first, okay? So for the collective, for this new moon, this full moon in Aries, we have the Ace of Brooms in reverse. People are going to feel a little lazy, and this is going to cause some emotional distress, okay? There's missed opportunities as far as your drive and your passion, and you need to work on that. It makes me think of laziness, especially in the sign of Taurus, okay? That is what we have for the collective. What can you do with this laziness is you got a lot of weight on your shoulders, so you need to reduce something, okay? You're carrying a lot of load. It's a heavy load. This is for the collective, and there needs to be some reducing of something. You're very passionate about something. and let it go. Okay. Release the load. Only carry the baggage that you are necessary to carry, I don't understand why any of us would carry a heavy load physically or emotionally when God has given us the sun. Positivity in life and new days ahead, and you are carrying the old grievances of the past. And a lot of people are like, what? It just makes me think of the climate in the sky and all the people who are very divided in this world. And you're carrying a load of a president, and you're carrying a load of a president who lost, or you're carrying a load of a president who won, and you're fighting a cause. And it's like, what are you doing? Why are you carrying that load? You are yourself. You are not the president. So, like, release that load. If that's not the case, release whatever heavy baggage you're carrying, because you're missing opportunities of passion and drive and being your true authentic self. And you're missing opportunities of faith and optimism. Okay. And you're missing the opportunities of really having some strength and some boldness and being very courageous in the gifts that God has given you. And you're missing those opportunities. Okay. Missing the opportunities of being creative, missing the opportunities of being a true leader. And you're missing those opportunities because you are carrying a heavy load of baggage. Okay. This full moon in Taurus is going to wake the mess out of you. You're going to have a very unexpected shift, and it will probably force you to drop that heavy load. Okay. Now let's go for Aries. Aries, full moon is going to happen in your second house. It's going to happen with your finances, your self-worth, and material possessions. Good thing is that you can expect some financial opportunities. Bad news is it could be some sudden changes. You could be feeling insecure, and what you value or your finances could be changing. We have the Knight of Cups. There's something with relationships in regards to this full moon. Be aware of that. Yeah, something with relationships, something with love, regarding this full moon. All right. I will see you guys next time. Let me actually try to make things fit. Hold on. I want to see my windows of notes. I'm going to actually take some stuff down so we can do all of. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay. So now we are at Taurus. Taurus, welcome to your horoscopes for the full moon. And it's happening in your first house, of course, right? It's all about your identity, your personal goals, and physical body. A sudden shift in your how you perceive yourself or what you value about yourself. Maybe there's new confidence coming your way or desire for bold personal transformation. Now, emotionally, you are going to be probably feeling out of control or unstable, and how you present yourself. Unexpected health issues or stress or something about your hair or your head, and you're like, what is going on with my face? Okay. You could be valuing your face or valuing your head, and maybe there's some unexpected changes that's happening with that. Okay. Let's see what we have here. We have the Temperance. You want to practice everything in moderation. If you are someone who's trying to get plastic surgery, this is not the time. Okay. Maybe you're doing too much surgery. Maybe you're doing too many things to your face that has to change, or maybe you're trying to change your the way you come off to people, and you need to practice moderation. Okay. Also, you want to be very optimistic, and you want to be grounded at the same time. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Gemini, your full moon is going to happen in your 12th house. This is all about the subconscious, hidden matter, spiritual growth. There could be some spiritual breakthroughs or some hidden opportunities or insights that bring some emotional healing. Now, you could be emotionally overwhelmed. You could be feeling like you're really lonely, or maybe there's some secrets that are coming out of the light, and you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, be aware of that. This is being lost in the fog, or addictions could be happening. We have the 10, not the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, right? This is someone who's self-made, a lot of money, feeling very confident. This is what this full moon in Taurus is going to bring you. Now, it's going to make a significant change, but in the long run is going to bring some financial matters that makes you very valuable, and a sense of self-worth that will be happening with this. Okay. All right, Gemini risings, I will see you. Our Gemini placements, I will see you next time. Bye. Cancers, let's see what we have for you. The full moon is happening in your 11th house. It's about your friendships, your social networks, long-term goals, exciting connections, maybe some opportunities that are very sudden with a certain network, or a future dream, or something with science and technology, breakthroughs in a group dynamic. Now, There could be some unexpected conflicts with a friend, or ending a friendship, or ending a network, or leaving a sorority, leaving this club, leaving a book club, or feeling disconnected from your social circle. Now, what we have is some new journeys for you guys, Cancers, okay? Expect the unexpected for real. This is going to be a new journey. I want it to be, this is the Fool card, and you need to expect a new journey. You need to pack light. Do not carry the heavy load. Only carry the things that God wants you to carry, and that's the things He brought you in His world with. So your intuition, your creativity, your compassion, your love, your fire, your drive, the fact that you can think of long term and have some patience, okay? And your ability to communicate and use logic and be very practical. Use those things and everything will work out for you, especially with this new journey, with this full moon and what you value. And it could be something heavily with friendships, okay? Or something with your hopes and dreams, with something about the future, which is really great because you're starting a new journey. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Leos, this full moon is going to happen in your 10th house. This is all about your career, your public image, or your achievements. Maybe there is some job instability or sudden shifts in your professional goals or challenges in your reputation. There could be a career adjustment, or maybe an advancement that's going to happen, and you really value it. And now it's bringing some high emotions at work or high emotions in your professional life, okay? Remember, we had some positive transformations happening when it comes to nurturing, when it comes to caregiving. And we have for you, which is very positive, some new opportunities in love and relationship, okay? So new opportunities with spirituality, new opportunities with your intuition. Now, this is happening in your house of career. So there could be a new love interest coming your way. Maybe you value someone at work who you love, or there could be a new relationship that is someone you can really work with that helps you with this sudden shift. This shift that happens is going to bring new opportunities and love for you, okay? So you may not think it will be positive, but it will be positive. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos, this full moon is going to happen in your 9th house of higher learning, travel, beliefs. It's the bigger picture, publication, okay? Travel, sudden interest in new philosophies or breakthroughs in higher education. There could be disruptions in travel plans for you in a big way, questioning some long-held beliefs or unexpected academic challenges, okay? This is also the guru house. This is a house that someone is like, I am a guru, everyone believe what I say. Religion and law is also dealing with this, okay? And what you value in it. Now we have the 3 of Pentacles for you with this full moon. So this is the energy of collaborating, learning, working with someone who's young, sharing the knowledge that you have and really using it to work together. Now, in regards to this 9th house of looking at the bigger picture, you don't want to be limited in your small world. You want to expand your world, especially in your world of someone younger than you and someone you can collaborate with, okay? This makes me think that someone who's like in a box and maybe like, okay, let's say like a YouTuber, and they always work for it with each other, with themselves, and it's like you want to collaborate, and this is going to bring a shift with that and making your world even bigger with the collaboration, okay? Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Libras, let's see. This is happening in your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, and transformation. You're talking about finances. You're talking about things that are very taboo. You're talking about taxes, inheritance, secrets, mysteries, emotional breakthroughs, psychology, anything that's very cathartic, transformation, rebirth, okay, trauma, healing from that, and intimate relationships. There could be some unexpected expenses or taxes or loans that you have to pay. Conflicts over shared resources could be happening, are feeling emotionally overwhelmed. Let's see what we have for you, Libras. We have the moon card. So this makes me think that the mystery and what you fear, what's in the dark, is going to come to the light. Be ready for that. Also, the moon card represents insecurities. The moon card also represents things that you fear. And that Pluto, that 8th house energy is representative of Pluto. And it could be things that you fear and you need to, this is unexpected emotional thing is going to bring that out to the light. Okay. Be ready for that. But remember everything that I said earlier in the video. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios, this is happening in your 7th house, the full moon. And the full moon in the 7th house is going to be about your partnerships, your contracts, and close relationships. If you have a business partner, it's dealing with that. Also, this is dealing with law and balance and harmony, and also dealing with aesthetics of beauty of some sort, right? So maybe there is some opportunity happening with a partnership, or relationship, or something with law, or maybe some unexpected bad news and the court case didn't go your way, or sudden relationship disruptions, or unexpected endings, or conflicts in a partnership, or aesthetics and what you value is actually not worth anything. Like you bought an art piece and you find and discover like it's not worth any money. Okay, that could be happening. We have the Three of Cups. This is going to be a time for you to rest and get some feminine support. Okay, have a support group, someone who backs you up, especially in the feminine department. So like I'm trying to think, like, where do women hang out? That's where you want to go. Okay, at a coffee shop. If you see a woman, or if your female friend wants to hang out with you, this is the time to really have some intimate time with some female people, especially female relationships. This could be causing some disruptions with that. Be ready. Maybe it's a guy or a boyfriend, and it's like you need to hang out with women. Okay, the women are not in the reverse. The women are in the upright, so that means they are bringing the support. So if you are dealing with a male energy with this full moon, maybe your values need to be more towards your friendships. Okay. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius, this is in your sixth house of daily routines, health, work, and environment. And maybe a new innovative way of approaching your health or your work, or being very efficient and organized. This is also dealing with energy of being not a healer, and sacrificing, and like a public servant, and organization, and the way you kind of mentally organize things. Okay, now there could be some unexpected health concerns, disruptions in your routine or workplace changes, or can cause some stress. Okay, very work related, day-to-day routines. How you organize, how are you with your pets? Maybe you really value your pet, you're a pet owner. This can cause some emotional disruptions, and you could be expecting the unexpected. You need to have some harmony here. So if you need to clean your space, if it's causing some disruption and it's not causing you to have a balance, this full moon is going to cause some harmony, and you need to be aware that you need to have some harmony. Also, this full moon, if you're at work and you're being unfair, it's saying that you need to have some justice. You need to practice justice and be fair with your coworkers. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Capricorns, this is happening in your fifth house of creativity, romance, and pleasure. There could be some romantic instability, some creative blocks, or sudden shifts in relationships with children. The fifth house represents how you truly express yourself. It also could represent leadership. It represents fun. It represents romance. Fun, or maybe like some hobbies or some sort. And maybe you value these things, and something unexpected happened, and now it's causing you to be emotional. The sun is here though, so it seems kind of positive for you guys, Capricorn. Maybe you need to start something new, because the sun is going to give birth to something or create something. Ooh, it also represents fertility. Makes me think, are you giving birth of some sort? That could be happening for you guys, Capricorn. But it's very positive. The sun represents success. So whatever this full moon is going to bring your way is very successful. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Aquarius, this full moon is happening in your fourth house. This is a very intimate, private house. This is about home, family, emotional foundations. You can expect some unexpected changes in your home, in your family, conflicts, or maybe with your mom or with women, or something from your past or ancestry. And it could be causing some emotional instability. Now we have the King of Cups. It's all about your relationships and love here, okay? Tapping into your intuition with that Neptune and Pisces aspect added to it, and also Pluto is involved here, and it's very deep, it's very emotional, but you need to be very strong with your emotions, Aquarius. You're kind of detached with your emotions, but the King of Cups wants you to establish emotional intelligence. Okay, the King of Cups wants you to really be aware of going deep and not having surface level, and to practice the energy and embody the energy of a King of Cups. The King of Cups is also going to tell you to maybe rely on a water sign who is a male. So a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. And they have to be a male, though, not a feminine energy. Okay. That will help you with this full moon in Taurus. All right. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces, welcome. The full moon is in your third house, and it's about communication, learning, local environment, your siblings, your community, your neighborhood, your day-to-day travel, early education. Okay. Now it's bringing some heavy emotions, and you can expect the unexpected with that. So maybe some miscommunications, maybe some problems with traveling, disruptions, and you having a plan to go somewhere, or your day-to-day driving. Be aware of that and be careful. Okay. Are unexpected challenges in your learning environment, or maybe even with a sibling. Okay. We have the Page of Cups. This is someone who was supposed to receive a message and didn't receive the message. Be aware of that. And it could be dealing with something that's dealing with emotions or relationship. This is someone who was supposed to be curious about something, and the curiosity died. Okay. When you have the Page of Cups in reverse, that means you moved too fast. You didn't take your time and pay attention to the details in regards to a message and in regard to a relationship. And this could be a relationship to your sibling or your community. Yeah, take your time, move slow, and maybe you're overly emotional. You jumped the gun. Okay. Calm down with the emotions too. All right, Pisces. Yes, that is what I have for my horoscopes. Thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow's video, I might have to revisit Pluto and Aquarius, and I've done a video on that, but we'll just do a quick snippet, and maybe I'll do the horoscopes, because I don't know if I did the horoscopes in that. Yeah, but we'll have some current events tied into that too tomorrow. All right. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.